Welcome to Untitled Tai Chi. So in this video we're going to do the third section of the short Sun style. May have to break this down into two lessons. We'll see how we go. It's got a couple of new moves that are reasonably complicated. So again, at the end of the second section, we would, if we were finishing there, we would do this crossing over, stepping back, this closing off move. Okay, because we're not finishing here, we just, instead of doing that, we do a breath in and a breath out, and then we're going to turn, do a brush knee twist step. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my back to the camera first and do it not mirror image, then I'll face the camera and do it mirror image. Okay, so we've got our breath in to open, breath out to close, left palm up, little bit of a turn, left one comes up, right one comes down, quarter circle step, brush knee. Okay, so that is a move we're familiar with. The next part of it, grasping the peacock's tail, is a new move followed by lazily tying the coat. So we spiral that arm. So again, if we think about if someone grabs that, we spiral, it's going to lock the wrist. We reach over the top, past it with our right hand, we step back and we draw back. When the hand's by the left hip, right wrist comes onto left fingers and we turn over. So left palm down, right palm up, take a step forward and a short following step till we're square this way, and then stepping back, elbow drops down, bit of a turn to the right to wind us up here, and then we release that wind to spring forward, very small following step, heel in, and then toe around to the front. Okay, so there's quite a lot in that, so we'll do that a couple more times, and I'll do it as a mirror this time and see how you go with it. And some people will find it easier to follow the version from behind, but you can clearly see a lot better when I do it as a mirror. Okay, so again, if we're in this position, we've got a breath in, a breath out. We're going to turn our left hand palm up, little bit of a turn of the body, left one comes up, right one comes down, quarter circle step, brush knee twist step. Once we're in that position, we turn that left one palm up, stretch over the top of it with the right, step back left, grasp peacock's tail, draw in, right wrist onto left fingers, draw that front toe in, turn the right palm up, left one down, step and follow, then step back, we rock on the heel and we turn, and that builds up a windy spring, and then we release, small following step, hands separate, and we turn, heel in, toe in, breath in, breath out. Okay, so I'll go same again, once more from the back, once more from the front, and you'll need to do this a number of times, so I recommend if you rewind this so that you can get the hang of it. Okay, again with the hands facing each other, breath in, shoulders back a little bit, breath out, little bit of turn left, left palm up, it drops down, right one presses down as left one comes up, quarter circle step, brush knee twist step, following onto the ball of the foot. Spiral that left arm so it's palm up, over the top with the right to grasp the peacock's tail, step back, draw in with the front foot, right wrist onto left fingers, turn right palm up, left one down. Step right, follow with the left, fairly big step back here so you can comfortably rock back and turn. If you take a small step, people tend to lean back and compress the lower back, so we don't want to compress the lower back, so fairly big step back so you can rock back and turn, feeling like it's a pivot rather than a lean back, and then release, small following step, heel in, toe around to the front, breath in, breath out. Okay, so one more time as a mirror. Okay, so again we're in that shoulder width stance, we've got our breath in to open, breath out to close, little bit of a turn left, left palm up, drop it down, right one comes down, brush knee twist step, turning that left palm over, stretch over the top of it, grasp peacock's tail. step back, right wrist contacts left fingers, turn that right palm up, step and follow, fairly big step back so we can rock and turn, and then release, and back heel in, front toe round to front, breath in, breath out. And this move from this position where we're in the brush knee twist step move, if we think about possibly someone's grabbed our arm or we grab someone else's arm and we go over the top of it, we draw them in, and if they're just holding on to us, at that point we might want to hold their wrist so that they're stuck to us. So when we turn here, they're stuck and we're holding their wrist on, so the wrist is twisted, and then we come forward and back and then out again. So it's kind of like a whippy sort of action, okay? And grass peacock's tail, often in several different styles of Tai Chi, the grass peacock's tail position and the loop position have this sort of, if you bring one hand across it would meet your elbow, so that you could be gripping someone on the wrist and on the elbow so that you can lock their arm. If your both hands are close together like this, you could only hold someone on their forearm. You couldn't really be either side of that joint. So you want to have one arm here, one hand here. So that's the sort of distance we're looking for there as we draw in and then onto the wrist, okay? So I might just go one more time with that one, again with my back to the camera. Okay, so again, breath in, breath out, left palm up, we're dropping it down, brush knee, twist step, press through, little bit of turn right as we extend over the top to grass peacock's tail, draw in, and then right palm up, step, follow, the body is very square here, come back, the body is turned to the right, it's wound up, it releases, little following step, heel in, toe in, breath out. Okay? So just keep having a go at that till you're comfortable with it, then you can move on to the next bit. So once we've done that breath in, breath out, the next move again is another familiar move, is single whip out to the left. So we step out to the left, we open up, we rock back a little, we form a fist with the right hand onto the hip, this toe pointing out to the left, and we punch under the elbow as we step in, following step. So the foot is roughly in line with the heel there, okay? So again, if I do that, just then I did that not as a mirror, even though I was facing you. So if I do that as a mirror, so we'd be in this position again, we've done our breath in, our breath out, and we're stepping out to the left. We're rocking back, forming a fist with the right hand, turning the toe, and punching under the elbow as we step in. Okay, now I'll do that from behind again. Okay, so from our breath in, our breath out, we step out left for single whip, weight back into the right foot, turn that left toe out, step in, fist under elbow. So again, try and do that a couple of times till you're comfortable with it, and I'll do that little bit together, once facing the camera, once with my back to the camera, okay? So, with the hands at the beginning, we've got breath in, breath out, and we're bringing our left hand palm up, dropping it down. We're going to do brush knee, twist step towards our left. Stretch out, right hand comes over the top, grasp the peacock's tail, step in, right wrist onto left fingers, front toe draws in, and then step, follow about face height with this hand, and then stepping back, turning to the right to wind up, and then little boing, release, small following step, heel in, toe in, back to front, breath in, breath out. Then stepping out to the left for single whip, watching the hand we step away from, forming a fist with that right hand, and then stepping in to punch under the elbow. Okay, so I'll do that with my back to the camera as well. Breath in to open, breath out to close. Left palm up, dropping it down, comes back up as right one comes down, quarter circle step, brush knee twist step, spiral that arm, and it wants to feel a little stretched. Okay, over the top to grass peacock's tail, step back, draw in, right palm up, step and follow, about face height, step back, turning, wind up, release, little following step, back heel in, right toe around to the front, breath in to open, breath out to close, step out left for single whip, watching the hand we step away from, lifting the left toe, right hand forms the fist, we turn this toe and we step in, punch under the elbow. Okay, so again, just do that a couple of times till you're comfortable with it. So if I do that, the next little bit is a little bit hard to follow because there are changes of direction. Okay, so if I do this step in, the next bit is the Sun style repulse monkeys. We drop our right hand down and we take a small step back with our right foot, and we take a bigger step back with our left foot, and then almost like there's a string connecting your right hand and toe. They've come up together, so if there's a string connecting this wrist to the toe, as this came up, your toe would come. You want them to come up together. As that comes up, left hand is dropping down a little, and we can turn that, and we take a step, and we brush the knee, press and follow. Okay? And it's quite similar to the brush knee twist step, but there is more an open tiger's mouth shape with this hand for this one. And there's also more a feeling of down and then up. Okay? So it's got a feeling of sinking down and then releasing up a little bit. Okay? And the following step with this one, again, our following step needs to be very short so that we can then turn, because we're going to go back the other way. So if I'm facing straight this way in the fist under elbow position, this first repulse monkey is not just a 90-degree angle, it's actually back that way to the diagonal. Okay, so when we step back and we step back again, we lift right hand and toe, left hand comes down a little, we turn. Instead of me stepping straight away from the camera that way, stepping towards the left a little. We brush, we've got this sink down and very short following step. Drop into that right heel, left hand and toe come up, and again just practice that a couple of times, like there's a string connecting your wrist and your toe. As the wrist comes up, the toe comes up, and the other hand drops down. We can then turn that left toe in as far as comfortable, and again, instead of stepping straight back towards the camera, about a 45-degree angle across, brush, and again we've got this little bit down and then up. Okay? And there's not really any way I can film that makes it that much easier to follow, because you're going from this direction to that direction, back to that direction. It's always going to be a little bit hard, okay? And what I'll do is I'll just face this way for a little minute, okay? So if we're here and we've done our single whip, and then we've done our fist under elbow, small step back, big step back. Right hand and toe come up together, we turn, and again, rather than straight towards the camera, about a 45-degree angle. Pull. Little following step. Left hand and left toe come up, turn, and again, instead of straight away from the camera, about a 45-degree angle towards the corner. Okay, so have a go at that bit, and hopefully you can get the hang of that, and hopefully my feet have been in. If not, we'll just I'll do that one more time, okay, from just a little further from the camera. Okay, so from the single whip, fist under the elbow, small step back right, a bigger step back left, right hand and toe come up, and we turn, and instead of straight towards the camera, 45-degree angle. Okay, very short following step. Left hand and left toe come up and we turn. And again, instead of going straight away from the screen, we're going on about a 45-degree angle. And then we go back into a brush knee twist step. So again, left hand down, right one up, the right toe turns so that we're facing towards the left here. We brush knee twist step. Got that right hand out in front. We turn the palm up, we stretch over the top with the left hand, step back, right, left wrist onto the fingers, toe in, left palm up, right one down, step, and follow, lazily tying the coat. And they say lazy tying the coat, it's like you're throwing a coat over your shoulder here as you come back. And then boing to the front, small following step, heel in, and toe around, breath in to open, breath out to close. And that takes us to the end of the form there. We close, we form the fists, we take a small step back right, making a gap between our fists and the body, draw in and down, back up, and think about this karate chop point here, going straight forward. So rather than just separating like this, where the karate chop point is going straight sideways, try and keep it going towards the screen, towards me. And then step in, relax down. Okay, so I'll put that all together in one piece and just see how you go with that, okay? And this one, again, it's a bit more complicated. It might take a few more goes, but the more complicated you get, a better sort of sense of satisfaction once you've achieved it, okay? So I think probably easiest if I do one run through with my back to the camera, and I'll be doing it the same as you guys, and one where I face the camera and I'll be a mirror again, okay? So, okay, we've got about a shoulder width stance. We've just finished the second section. We breathe in to open, we breathe out to close, turning the body a bit, left hand palm up, it drops down, right one comes down, brush knee twist step. Spiralling that arm over the top to grasp peacock's tail, step back, draw in, right wrist onto left fingers, turn right, palm up, left one down, step and follow. Fairly big step back so you can rock back and turn to the right and then release. Small following step, heel in, toe round to the front, breath in to open, shoulders back a little, breath out to close. Stepping out left, watching the hand we step away from for single whip, left toe up, step in to punch under the elbow. Small step back right, right hand drops down, another step back left, and right hand and toe come up as the left one comes down. Put that right foot down, brush the knee, little bit of a dip and rise. Back heel down, left hand and toe come up as right hand presses down, turn, and again step and cross towards the corner, follow, right hand and toe come up, and then we're going over towards the left again, brush knee twist step. Spiral that one over the top to grasp peacock's tail, left hand stretches past the right, step back right, left wrist onto right, fingers toe draws in, left palm up, right one down, step and follow, step back, turning the body, dropping the elbow, and then boing. Little following step, back to the front, breath in, and breath out, crossing the wrists over, forming the fists, step back away from the fists, draw in and down, back out to the front, arms down, stretch out to the front, back to centre, relax down. Okay, so that's the third part. So let's just put that in context with the first two parts. We'll string the whole thing together and hopefully that'll all be nice and smooth, okay? So if we start again in our Charlie Chaplin-y stance, left foot to the front, right one a bit out towards the corner, and we're lifting the toe, turning the body. Breath in to draw up, pushing someone away. Breath out, pulling them down and in. Step left, and right. Breath in to open, breath out to close. Stepping out right, single whip. Watch the hand we're stepping away from. Right hand comes down, cloud hands. 3 times. Allowing the body to lead. Top hand face height, bit palm out. Bottom hand, little bit palm down, little bit palm in. Stopping that left one. Nice smooth transition to open and close. Right palm up, drop it down, bring it back up as the left one comes down. Brush knee, twist step. And then left hand over the right as we step back to play the lute. Onto the heel, left palm down, right one up. Turn the body to push through, then step through. Palms turn over, right one is down, left one is up. Step through, form the fists, release to punch, brush the wrist, step back, sink down, little compression, and again release to push. Back to the front. Breath in, breath out. Okay, then we're into part 2. We step out left, watching the one we're stepping away from. Left hand sinks down and across into cloud hands. 3 times. Back to centre. Left hand comes up, breath in to open, breath out to close. Sinking left hand down, bring that one back up, brush knee twist step, and right hand over to the left as we step back. Okay. Changing the palms, stepping through, forming the fist to punch, brush, step back, step and push. Little following step back to the beginning. Breath in, breath out. Okay, so I'm going to do this last section with my back to the camera. Left palm drops down, comes back up. Brush knee, twist step. Spiral that left hand, stretch past it with the right, grasp the peacock's tail. In towards the hip, turn the palms over, step and follow, step back, rock on the heel, and again, small following step back to the front. Breath in to open, breath out to close, step out for single whip. Left toe up, form the fist with the right hand onto the hip, step in to punch under the elbow. Right hand drops down as we step back left, left hand drops down as right hand and toe come up, we turn, and again we're on a bit of an angle, about a 45-degree angle here, little following step, left hand and left toe come up as right one comes down, again about a 45-degree angle, short following step, right hand and toe come up, and then brush knee with the left, follow, right palm up, stretch over the top, grasp peacock's tail, draw in, palm up, step and follow, step back, wind up, release, back to the centre, and breath in to open, breath out to close, crossing the wrists, step back right, draw those fists in towards you, then down, stretch them out a little, back in towards you, palms down, press away, step in, relax then. Okay, thanks very much guys, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, like, share, subscribe, all those sorts of good things, and take care of yourselves, have a great day. Thanks.